It's that time of year again. That time of presents, hot cocoa, hypothermia, wendigos, and colds. On second thought, winter sucks. Screw it. Here's top 5 most hated video game characters. Number 1 is Bill Hawks, because he's Prime Minister. Anyway, winter may not be the most forgiving of seasons, but I still love it. Playing in the snow, drinking hot cocoa, unintentional rhyming, all of it's great to me. One thing I like about winter is how it's portrayed in video games in the form of ice and snow levels. These types have always been my favorite level archetype, so today I'm listing my 5 favorites. Why is it a top 5? Because I want to get this out in time for Christmas, so it needs to be short because I don't want that much work to do. What, a guy can't be lazy once in a while? As I've said in a previous countdown, my introduction to the Mario series was with Mario Kart Wii. I remember a lot of the tracks and they hold up as some of my favorite levels in all of gaming, one of those being the third track of the Flower Cup DK Summit. With that title in mind, you'd think that this track would have a lot to do with Donkey Kong. And other than the barrel cannon at the beginning reminiscent of DK Mountain, not much references Harambe, I mean DK himself. Just because the title is misleading, that doesn't make the track any less fun. Like I said, the track starts with you being launched out of a giant barrel cannon and down the mountain you go from there. I think this track is supposed to simulate the feeling of when you ski, slide, or snowboard down a mountain, and boy, it really does that. There are even little bumps in the snow and jumps you can ride off of for extra boosts. There's even a half pipe at the end. Another thing I like about this track is the fog throughout it. It really adds some atmosphere to an otherwise fast-paced level. I thought we were playing Mario Kart, not Silent Hill. My only true problems with this level are the stupid candy cane snow that slows you down and the fact that it's over very quickly. Other than that, this track is the main reason why the Flower Cup is one of the best cups in the game. Levels in Shovel Knight may be generic level archetypes, but they include enough differences and uniqueness to make them stand out from other levels in other games. One notable example of this is the ice level, Stranded Ship. The first thing you notice about this level is that it has ice physics, but you know what? They never bothered me. Maybe it's because the level design works along with the physics, but they're okay in my book. Another thing this level does well is the scenery. It may be an 8-bit, but the backgrounds look as detailed as any other good-looking 2D platformer. Reminds me of what it's like up north with the northern lights, pine trees, and whatnot. Other things in this level include tiny snow platforms you can jump on to make paths on spikes, the war horn, one of the best relics in the game, the wolf enemies that you can let slip on ice and fall into bottomless pits, and finally a bird statue that vomits rainbows which allows you to travel across open pits, and I don't know why it's there, what has to do with the level, but it's awesome either way. Top that off with a pretty good boss fight with Polar Knight and tons of gems to find, and you have what is one of the best stages in Shovel Knight. And given how good the stages in the game have been up to that point, that's saying something. You know what country hasn't been portrayed enough in games? Canada. And guess what? Canada is known for having a lot of snow. But throughout my entire gaming life, I only found one game that featured Canada as a prominent location. And that would be Sly 2 Band of Thieves and the levels He Who Tames the Iron Horse and Menace from the North. Of the two, my favorite has to be the former, He Who Tames the Iron Horse. Why do I like this world more than the next one? Because it also combines my other favorite type of level, train levels. Christmas already? No. The Iron Horse, in this level's title, is a series of trains created by the level's main villain, John Son, that run endlessly on Clockwork's body parts. So the trio's goal in this is to take out the trains, steal the body parts, and stop the Iron Horse's rampage. To accomplish these goals, they need to complete a lot of missions, which are all varied and unique. Sure, some ideas get repeated, like, well, trains, but each one is very different from the previous in terms of level design. My favorite non-train missions in this level include the one where you're invading the area's cabins for blueprints because of its sneaky atmosphere and awesome music, and one where you're parachuting onto balloons and then onto the back of trains because of pinpoint accuracy, and well, it's just great to get an open look at the level you're in. But the arguably best part of this level has to be the operation at the end, Operation Choo Choo. Not only is it my favorite heist in the entire series, but it's my favorite mission in the entire series for its insane fun factor and variety of obstacles and stuff to avoid. Sure, the next Canada level may have some more awesome missions and the best boss in the entire game, but He Who Tames the Iron Horse has just more personal highlights that make it my favorite episode in the whole game. How about we move from one sequel to another, this one being one of my favorite games, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Now, there are a lot of snow and ice themed levels in this game, and I could literally pick and choose any one of them. The one I picked is the one that's considered the best one by many gamers, Chapter 18, Heart of Ice. Have I pleased the gods yet?
I am your only god.
Okay, who are you? In this level, you're investigating the disappearance of an expedition led by Carl Schaefer, a person you just met recently. After encountering a mysterious creature in the previous chapter, it left me wondering what happened to that group. Once you start the chapter, you see this precious face, so you know this place is going to be special. After that beautiful thing, you come to this huge open space filled with statues, contraptions, and climbing. Lots and lots of climbing. But that's expected from an Uncharted game. Once you actually start climbing, you realize everything in this chapter is kinda old. By that I mean everything is old and falling apart. The walls, the bells, walkways, everything in this place gets at least a D by the safety inspector. The actual platforming requires a lot of skill and good timing and progress. And just the fact that Tenzin, your partner, gets the easy side of things when I get crap like this. Once you get to the end of the area, you find the remains of Schaefer's expedition and get ambushed by creatures encountered in the previous chapter. You take them down like the awesome dude you are and then escape the chapter. This entire chapter is so atmospheric and epic, it left a big impression on me. Definitely up there as one of my favorite chapters in the game and the entire series. Oh, by the way, there are Nazis in an Uncharted game. Well, everything can't be surprising. So my number one may not be the most complex on this list when compared to levels like Stranded Ship and He Who Tames the Iron Horse, but my number one is my favorite ice level for the reason of nostalgia and how fun it is instead of stuff like complexity. If you guys remember way back to my older countdowns, you would know that I put Sand Mountain as number one on my favorite Battle for Bikini Bottom levels. And you know what? It's still my favorite level in the game and my favorite ice level of all time. So what's the story of this place anyway? Well, just like any other level in the game, the robots have taken the place over. And not only that, but now Squidward can't go skiing. Mr. Enter would hate this level. Am I right, guys? Am I right? Am I good at countdowns yet? Am I good at... So in order to make him feel happier, you need to clear out all the robots on each slope. Those being Guppy Mound, Flounder Hill, and wait, the third one is just called Sand Mountain. What's the logic behind that? Anyway, for every slope you complete, you get a golden spatula. That may be the basic premise of the level, but there's honestly a whole lot more content to beat, like time trials given by Bubble Buddy, Mrs. Puff, and Larry, and several other golden spatulas in the main area. My favorite part of this level is just the fact that you can slide down slopes. Sliding in this game is an absolute class, so just the fact that there's an entire level dedicated to that makes me really happy. Like I said earlier, this level has a ton of content with the aforementioned golden spatulas, but also with tons of patchwork socks and lots of secret passages on slides. I also remember this level being my favorite when I played this game when I was little. My only real problem with this place is that it reuses the overall theme for its on-foot areas. But other than that, Sand Mountain is just the full package. It is everything I love about ice levels. A sense of fun factor, ice physics that don't bother me too much, and tons of content. I don't even care if it's technically not snow, as the title says it's Sand Mountain. Did I just contradict myself? And wait, I said snow instead of ice. Oh god, I'm screwed.
You are.
Thank you all. Good night. Be good to each other. Have a nice ride home. We'll see you at the coffee shop tomorrow.